we're good. We're live. Hello. We can see all of our faces on the internet and all the webs. Enjoying our time here on a Tuesday. We're back on Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're not, and you're joining us in VOD, make sure to check out all the past libraries on YouTube. That's where everything just stays, because they let us. So if they're gonna let us keep it there, we're gonna keep it there. So check out some past episodes. If this is your first episode that you're checking out, go back and check them out because they do lead up to each other, and some crazy things happen, and some people's characters' names change. We don't know why. Well, we're gonna find out. All right, but I'm gonna give this right over to Michael because this is Brainchild that we're playing a Band of Blades, a variant of Blades in the Dark. So please enjoy. If you don't, it's totally fine. It's all you.
All right. Hello and welcome to World War Bug, the epic insect military saga that takes you through a massive conflict, one teeny tiny battle at a time. This is episode 2 of Arc 2, entitled The Ants Who Love the Sandbox. I'll do a quick recap and read the introductory news article. But first, let's go ahead and meet our players who are venturing forth into the trackless wastes of the sandbox in a particularly brutal front of World War Bug. So please tell me who you are, who you're playing, who might indeed be a new character. Um, and then we'll get to it. Starting with Nick.
Alrighty. I'm Nick, and I am the one with the new character. We will meet Max Flores in a little bit, I'm sure. So, with the death of Sven Day, it is time to bring up someone new.
Mm. All right. Well, I'm very excited to see him in action. Also joining us, another Time and Tabletop regular. Very happy to have him here. Happy to have everybody here, of course. It is Patrick.
Hello, everybody. I am Patrick. I am playing Sergeant Ektom Lucano, a soldier playbook, but I specifically an army ant, large army ant, sort of weirdly glad to be on this front to get a little bit of vengeance against the termite empire, as it were. Actually, yeah, still a little upset about the whole spin day thing, but he's got a plan for vengeance also there too, to kill Dieter von Floof.
Yes, a bullet for the general. Dieter von Floof must die.
Yes.
We'll get more into that in just a moment here. And also joining us, we're very lucky to have him, our special guest star. He might appear for more episodes down the line. It is my very own cousin, making this more of a family affair. It is Austin.
Hello, it's Austin. I'm Michael's cousin. I'll be playing a corporal acorn weevil named Albert Cornelius Weevil. Originally was from the beetle weevil empire area, but the family immigrated to the hill when he was a child, and he's been sort of the target of many discriminatory. He's been a target of discrimination since the war has started, but he's been a soldier and has fought for the Allies, right? For the Entente for his life. So he's ready to prove his worth and loyalty.
All right. I mean, as always, the best way to prove your patriotism is by killing.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, okay, we'll say probably Lance Corporal. Good. Yeah, great question. Just checking something in the chat real quick. Okay, so let me do a real quick sort of news article that sums up the situation, and then a little bit of a recap, and then we'll get right into it. We'll do a little bit of an RP kind of session, and then we'll go into the campaign phase, and then the battle will begin. All right. From the Mid-Afternoon Waggle Dance by Buzz Peachtree, the fearless bee reporter. The fabled lands across the chlorine sea, the gleaming blue waters of Pool Noodle Bay, the towering metal expanse and sweet-smelling smoke of the barbecue, the endless wastes of the sandbox, the holy city of the ant farm. History has oft made its mark upon this part of the backyard, and it has done so again. The Hillington Empire, eager to help their allies in the kitchen, and cut into the hearts of the enemy forces of Nessenheim on the patio, launches an all-out attack across the Chlorine Sea, expecting limited resistance from Nessenheim's termite allies. It was not to be. The Termite Empire prepared a powerful defense, and countless Hillington troops met their death in the shallow end of the pool. The termites still dominate their coasts, but there is hope for weakening their power in a most unusual place: the pitiless desert of the Sandbox. For over 3 years, the Termite Empire has ruled the Sandbox, dominating the nomadic pillbug tribes who call the sands home. Now, the pillbugs are using the opportunity of the Great Bug War for a roly-poly revolution, and a most unusual Hillish ant, Victor Vickers Oakley of the Sandbox, has joined their ranks. The Greenleaf Guards are going to the Sandbox to support the revolt. One of their greatest soldiers fell on the shores of the swimming pool, and they are eager for vengeance, even as they seek an answer to a mystery that has bedeviled them since the war began. One thing is certain: in the Sandbox, the lines of the future are not yet written. All right, so just quick recap after pissing off a intelligence service ant, Captain Little, rescuing a spy, Lady Aurelia, who was being used and manipulated by Captain Little. You guys were sent into the chlorine front, suffered horribly in the landings across the Chlorine Sea, losing brave Svinday in battle, giving his life to save the rest of the troops. And you discovered something else after you met with the commander of the termites during a truce. His name, Mehmed Cement. And Cement mentioned that, bizarrely, you all might share a common enemy, someone who is working with Captain Little, a mysterious bug who is profiting through the war. Person who might know more about this in the area where this bug is operating most recently is the Sandbox, and the person who you're going to seek information from is V.V. Oakley of the Sandbox. And you will open with the Greenleaf Guards arriving at his camp in the Tonka Bluffs, which are located kind of in like the southern part of the Sandbox. So there's like an old Tonka dump truck that's sort of like half buried in the sand. And so the sand is all kind of piled up around it in sort of like a big cliff area. Tons of pill bugs make sort of a temporary home, kind of like digging sort of holes in themselves in the sand and living there. But right now the area is like full of motion, as all these like pill bugs are scurrying around, moving flags, getting their assembling in ranks, hoisting up like blades made from toothpicks and little bits of tinfoil, and preparing for this like all-out assault. And just looking straight ahead, you can see the Sandbox like stretching into infinity, just like endless desert, chunks of rock. Every so often there's like, little toys like a plastic shovel stem or like a half-broken plastic bucket kind of jutting out of there. Or, there's like hills and mountains of the sand, but just, the endless expanse of the Sandbox is like purely breathtaking to any bug. So your commanding soldiers, or you could say either your commanding soldiers or your legion, not your legion soldiers, your foot soldiers, the bugs who are who are in the shit fighting, can be in this scene as well. All of you guys approach two bugs who are sort of looking out across the expanse of the Sandbox. One of them is a pill bug who is wearing like very elaborate robes made of like pale like dead leaves. So they're almost sort of white and brown. And the other one is an ant, and looks pretty strange that he's wearing the pill bug robes as well. He is like fully dressed as like a pill bug warrior with like the white with like white leaves and sort of a robe, a kind of white headdress, and little bit of like a nasty point of a toothpick like tucked into his belt. And I mean, you guys know this bug is pretty famous. This is Oakley of the Sandbox. So, as you approach, he kind of looks over his shoulder with the desert stretching out in front of him, and he says, "Ah, it appears we have some visitors from across the sea. Please join His Majesty and myself. Welcome to the Sandbox."
Is this us as like Sergeant, Lucano, or is this the like the Marshal and stuff like that? Those characters.
Let's say it could be either, depending on what you think would be more interesting for the scene.
I think it'd definitely be more interesting to see Major Luna here rather than Ektom. Ektom's probably with the troops themselves down below.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oakley, it was Oakley of the. What was your honor again? My apologies.
Oh, well, some of the papers, the waggle dances, the pheromone news have referred to me as Oakley of the Sandbox.
Yes, well, it is a pleasure to meet you, Oakley of the Sandbar. Going to be interesting out here on this front. Um, I assume you have a plan, or at least an inkling of one, for us to go on. We'll do our best to marshal the troops and get us in the right direction.
I do indeed. But I must know from all of you, are you prepared for this manner of warfare? It is most unlike the sort that is practiced in the backyard or in the house. This is war in the sandbox. It's a different beast entirely.
Well, I don't see why the. I believe we have the right enough resources for it. I mean, we can always use more, but I mean, I believe we have the what we need.
Yes, and I certainly think that is best out here with the motto, "Sink or, it's sink or swim out here, even in the sand."
The pill bug like waves his antenna dismissively and says like, "The sands of the sandbox are littered with the exoskeletons of bugs like you."
That is certainly true.
Hopefully, more of the enemies than ours.
Oakley says, "You must forgive His Majesty. This is Prince Hubal. He is the commander of the Tonka clan here, their sovereign. Please, I suggest you treat him with all due respect as you would to any king."
Of course, Prince. It is an honor and pleasure to be in your presence.
He still kind of like, shakes his antenna a little bit. He is like, "Many hillish bugs come here. Many are the words they speak of honor. But how many of them truly show deference to the pill bugs? I can number them with one antenna, and it is you, my friend, my brother, Oakley." And Oakley is like, "You do me a great honor, Your Majesty. But, please, we can at least give them a chance. If anything, their bodies may absorb, termite bullets and spare those of your men." And Prince Ubal is like, "You make a good point, my brother."
We will do our best to serve you and your cause in a just and respectful manner. This is your territory. We will defer to you on how about to go and free yourselves from the termites, and we shall provide support men and, of course, many, many bullets.
Duval says, well, that at least is good to hear. Oakley, you will ride with your countrymen, your aunts from across the hill, from their green lands, and we will see how well we fight together. All right, so with that, you guys actually receive a chosen who will be with you for this episode and the next one to follow. Chosen is a special thing that we have not done so far. We haven't done the second mission either, but I'm thinking maybe next one we're going to give it a try. Kind of experiencing all that wonderful Band of Blades has to offer. And the Chosen sort of reflects the kind of dark fantasy setting of like a super-powered magic warrior that is fighting alongside the characters in Band of Blades' setting. It sometimes Band of Blades doesn't quite fit the World War I battlefields that we're exploring with this game, but in this case it does, because we're dealing with a larger than life figure who sort of matches the idea of a chosen. So the chosen Zora is the one that Vivi Oakley is going to be. So with that, you get to pick a few things, which is you get to pick their chosen abilities. So I'm not sure if they'll level up, but you definitely get 2 features over here, chosen abilities. So you can see, I don't know if everyone's checking out the chosen Zora in the Band of the Blades. Yeah, in the playbooks. In the playbooks, there's a few of them. You guys get to pick 2. Some of them might not apply. Like, I don't know if Living God's Kiss will apply because we're not really doing the corruption in this one. But some other ones could be good. So, which 2 you think you guys are going for?
Should we include Heart of Heroes? All Legionnaires add the XP trigger if you engage a higher threat opponent by yourself.
Oh,
Oh, that's a good choice.
sure.
All right. Austin, you're welcome to pick as well, even if you're not. Don't worry about if you're not here for the entire campaign. It's still good. So we'll go for Heart of Heroes.
Maybe
In the Google Doc. What'll be another one?
I don't know what roll pressure as if one lower was, but
no, that's something we're not really doing in this campaign.
Yeah.
Maybe Living God's Fury. Quartermaster may spend religious supply before an assault mission. Add 1d4 on the engagement roll.
Yeah, 1 die.
We then have reliquaries and black shot.
I could.
For each legionary.
Yeah.
We're doing Heart of Heroes.
And Living God's Fury. Which makes sense for someone who's supposed to be like a Lawrence of Arabia type character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Bring the Venom rounds.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Everyone's got those cool Venom rounds for this mission. And Oakley himself will be like riding into battle with you. Along with these pill bugs who are backing him up. Okay. So we got our chosen set up. Let's go ahead and move to the campaign phase. So I think I'll reveal the 2 mission options last. Let's do the quartermaster stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The quartermaster. So last time you guys did a supply mission.
Yes.
Didn't work out so well for some of us, but you guys did succeed. The mission was successful, and you got 3 supply there on the shores of the Chlorine Sea.
Cool.
So let me go to our our quartermaster here. So Nick,
Yes.
that's commander, quartermaster.
Berry leaf cutter. Yes. So
What are you thinking of spending our supply on?
hmm.
Or what are we acquiring assets?
I mean, assets could be good.
Well, I will say we do have 2 campaign actions because we still have a morale of 8.
Still have a morale
Still
of
have
8.
a
Okay.
second level sort of morale, even losing 1 from the death of Svindane.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, I don't know how Lucano's doing on stress, but I mean,
Lucano's okay on stress. He's got 2.
okay.
But he also has 2 extra boxes, so he's got some to spare right now.
Okay. So we could probably good without doing a Liberty this session.
Yeah.
Hmm.
all right. At least leave some more fun choices. You could
Yeah.
acquire some assets, do a long-term project.
Yeah. Could try to acquire some assets. Still not entirely sure whether I roll 1 die or 2 for acquiring assets.
I think it's just the 1,
Okay.
and then you can upgrade it
And then you
as many
upgrade
times
it.
as you
Okay.
want.
Gotcha.
Oh, roll the location's assets rating.
Yeah.
Um,
Result that indicates the quality of the asset.
right. Well, let me see. Let me check out the map. I mean, we're kind of on the this is the 5th mission. So let me see kind of where that would be. But how do I
The map is under the commander.
right? But I'm not sure where does it show their what the asset rating is for the area. So we'd be like, Sunstrider Camp is where we'd be.
Okay.
Um, we'll just say with this area you can roll 2 dice because it's
Okay.
like, there's not too much around. It
Sure.
being the sandbox, the desert.
2 dice. All right. Okay. Okay. We're sitting at standard at the moment.
Okay. Do you want to boost it to fine or crits?
Let's
Crit.
see.
Crit.
Where's each weapon?
It would take 2.
Alchemist and mercenary. Mercy is our exceptional quality. Um, let's see. I mean, we don't have any alchemists or mercies yet.
Ooh, all right. You want to add one of those?
Yeah, so I'll use 2 to upgrade it to the exceptional, so we can get. Let's see here.
All right. So it could be a mercy or a mechanics.
Or an alchemist.
No, sorry. No, an alchemist.
Yeah.
An alchemist.
Yeah.
Or a mercy, which I'll
Alchemists
think
are
of some cool
scientists able
bug
to transmute
versions of them.
materials with good, broken, and alchemy. Now corrupt. God broken, yeah. Can take the injuries of others onto themselves. Not entirely sure what. Okay.
I think it lets you that way you can instantly heal a soldier.
You can heal faster.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
between
Yeah.
missions.
Yeah.
Alchemist
Yeah.
might also be good too, because we could start getting some big stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, let's add an alchemist. I think.
Ooh, okay. They could make some like special weapons for you guys.
Okay, so that will bring us down to 2 supply.
Some jury rig bombs or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can say like instead of corruption, it could be like they just go crazy from making these horrible weapons.
Yeah. Too much mercury.
Yeah.
All right, so we're taking the one alchemist.
Yeah. Yeah. And
All right,
then
super
I think
cool.
for our second one, I guess we can start on a long-term project, maybe to see if we can get like a siege weapon up and running.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so who is gonna make this? Well, what do you think it could be? Like, it could be a tank, which is called a clank in this world, a
Mm-hmm.
little matchbox racer outfitted with cannons and weapons that the bugs could use.
Yeah.
It could be like an aircraft, like a flying machine,
Hmm.
for which could be good for reconnaissance or even like attacking from the air. And there's like lots of different things that bugs use to fly, as well as just them flying themselves. Um, so it could be something like that. Thinking like other siege weapons. It could be like an artillery piece that will like provide cover for you guys.
Let's go with I feel like artillery might be a good one.
All right, so this is like a pebble cannon.
Yeah.
Hurls a big pebble into the battlefield. Okay, so which specialist is kind of in charge of building this thing?
Should we get like Viscount Vincent Evergreen to start pulling strings to get one delivered?
Oh, I
Sure,
think
yeah.
so. Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely think that Jenny would be down for that.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
I mean, she's not here to roll, so we'll just have one of you guys kind of roll in her place.
Yeah. They roll an action and mark segments on the project clock base. And we do have one laborer that we picked up a while, but like a few sessions ago.
Oh,
So I
nice.
believe each unit of laborers puts 1 tick on any appropriate long-term project during a campaign actions, and it
Right.
increases the final score.
I'm gonna say this is gonna be 5 ticks.
Okay.
To create an artillery piece. I'll mark that down in the Google Doc.
Sure.
Put right under the characters. Long-term projects, artillery. All right. So wait. So how many ticks does the laborer give you?
1.
Okay. So right now you need 4 more.
All right. So
Why don't you roll for Jenny?
sure. Do we happen to know like what roll an action?
What stat she would use?
Yeah.
Um, let's go ahead and do her sway. I think she's using her because
Okay.
the officers using their connections to get this delivered to you.
Sure. Yeah.
Which I believe she had 3 in that one.
Alrighty.
So you're rolling 3 dice, picking the highest.
It is a 5, so it would be 2. So we're at 3 ticks, I guess.
3 total. Okay, awesome.
Alrighty.
So only 2 more and you get the artillery.
Cool. I believe.
Ooh, moving up in the world, bringing in the big guns.
Yeah.
All right. So cool long-term project that will continue next episode.
Yeah.
And then we'll see if you want to have some more added to the Greenleaf Guards. Okay, let's do the Marshal next, I think.
Okay.
Or do we? No, we should do the picking the mission first. So we'll do the commander.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yes. Okay. So we're kind of cutting back to our camp under the Tonka Bluffs. Oakley is sort of like, they've like laid out a map. Some pill bugs are like holding it in place as they're like looking down at this tiny little piece of a gum wrapper. They have scratched out the shifting sands of the sandbox there. So Oakley says, "What I have in mind is a rather daring mission, one that even the pillbugs say cannot be done. We are to cross the center of the sandbox and reach the far end, the sand castles. It is from these sand castles that the termites control the entirety of the sandbox. It's the place where they bring in their weaponry and their ammunition, and from there their reign of terror throughout the desert continues. If we can take the sandbox, we'll cut off all their soldiers in the interior." And Prince Ubal says, "I still think you are a fool, Oakley, to lead us across the sands. Our exoskeletons will lie there in the sun." And Oakley says, No, it's the only way to do it. The termites will be expecting an attack from the side of the sandbox, never from the middle. We must use the desert as our weapon and fight as the pillbugs fight. Now, there are 2 missions that must occur for the sandbox to fall. The first is an assault. Hubal and his bugs will launch an attack directly at the fortifications. They have to smash their way through the walls and allow the pillbugs to stream inside, and they can become equal to the termites. Once the termite fort is down, they will have their fortifications will count for nothing once we get in among them. The other is an object of religious significance, a holy shrine. It is called the Holy Spider, a giant plastic spider that's left in the sandbox. Bugs have venerated that spider for a long time. And if the pillbugs can claim it, it would do much to inspire their roly-poly revolution throughout the occupied lands. However, to do that, in fact, to make this attack at all, we have to make an alliance with, unfortunately, the rivals of the Tonka clan. And here you see Prince Hubal kind of coils up into a ball and starts kind of rolling back and forth angrily. Yes, it is the Fisher-Price Mattel clan who dwell in some Fisher-Price Mattel toys located on the far side of the sandbox. They are led by Queen Cactus, a powerful desert queen. I've already made entreaties, and she can be swayed to assist us. She will go to help the winner. She has been working with the termites, but if she sees which way the sands are blowing, she will change and join us. However, and he kind of looks at Prince Hubal, you must put aside your differences. Pillbugs must be united against the termites. And Hubal looks kind of upset at that, but he seems to sort of agree. So, my fellow Hillish ants, which shall it be? The attack on the walls or the attack from the flank to capture the Holy Spider? So these are an assault mission, and the other one is a religious mission.
Do we have the chance to do both, or is it one or the other at this moment?
Ooh,
I mean, not in the same session, but it seems that we could, if we were able to put pressure on termites, the Fisher Price Mattel plan would be much more agreeable, knowing that we were able to go toe to toe, as it were.
Well, maybe you can do one, and then we'll do we can try the secondary mission this time. I know you haven't done it before. We can give that a go with mission 2.
That's true. Yeah, we do have soldiers who can go on a side mission.
Yeah, that is something that the commander will decide.
Yeah.
For it's under the primary mission. I'm trying to see where it is for the. I think it's in the Marshall area.
Yes, it's part of. I believe it's part of the Marshall.
Yeah, there we go. So it could be It could be bad depending on how you roll, but yeah, we could do that. So, which of the two you think will be our primary mission? The assault or the assault or the religious one?
Leave it up to the group how they feel how they feel about that.
Yeah, what are you guys thinking? You want to
Mm.
do the main assault and try and like blast through these walls, which are made of sand castles, or are you going to try to? And there's like gates, and you don't need necessarily heavy artillery to bust through. Um, some climbing could be involved, but it could be tricky, or having to deal with these the Fisher Price Mattel pill bugs, which will require a little bit of diplomacy, convincing them to help you, and then doing this attack to liberate the holy spider.
Hmm.
Vote a full frontal assault on the sand castles.
All right, I see we got Weevil voting for the assault.
Yeah, I think we can do an assault.
This assault sounds fun to me too.
Yeah.
Assault sounds good. Okay, so we're going with the assault. All right, I think that's okay. So the commander, do you want to do any of these the intel questions?
Who's the commander is the question.
I think we're having you do it, Patrick. You're
Okay.
doing a double role as the commander and the marshal for this one. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, how much intel do we currently have? We had at least one.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I don't believe you guys have done any other recon stuff, so
Yeah,
the
we
one
haven't
is
done
still
anything.
from the picnic day prisoner grabbing.
Let's see.
Or yeah, I'm sorry, that was I think the prisoner grabbing was the one before picnic day.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, haven't done any recon lately. That could be something for the next mission, man. And we only got religious and only got assault and religious for this one, but they'll be maybe do a recon for next one. Get that opportunity, and which might be taken.
Okay, what would be something useful to bring on this mission?
Ooh, okay. I would definitely say some way to get through the walls. So it could be like ropes for scaling them, or something to like cover you guys while you're crawling straight up. Ropes will make you do it faster. Or it could be somewhere to like blow through the gates and to enter the sandcastles.
Okay. What's the highest threat we can expect?
Ooh. I would say it's going to be still level 4 threat, so about the same as the last one.
Got it.
Same level of danger. Yeah.
There's some big things.
Yes. Yeah. The termites and their Nessenheim military advisors do not want to lose the sandbox.
Okay. We will move on to the marshal. Before the mission,
Okay.
is everybody on the mission still oath sworn to the Legion?
I'd say so.
Yeah. Everyone on the mission that we're going on, the main mission, a specialist or a soldier?
Yeah.
No rookies?
Not anymore. Well,
I don't know
the
what
rookies are still going with you.
oh yeah, that's true.
That's true. Yeah, a no for that one. Let's see. The Legion
I
doesn't
think there's, like,
distrust us
3
yet. Yeah, I think. Oh, we
Ooh.
think if the one that we're bringing with us, we'll probably bring the steel crawlers with us because they're currently down a person.
Mm-hmm.
We'll send the plastic platoon on the other job. Feel pretty good. I feel confident in Tabitha Singer's ability.
Yeah, she's a soldier at this point.
She's a soldier. I'm gonna really upgrade her in a second.
Yeah.
Corporal.
So who are the rookies who are going with you?
The rookies who are going with us, we have Pete Moran, Ethan Knox, Alice Walker, and Gail Conway. So currently have 1 die. Let's see. Do we have a heavy with us?
We don't.
A sniper?
Yes, we do.
Ew.
Ooh, that's good.
Okay.
Max is now a sniper.
Max was now a sniper. Perfect. And we have the required specialist for an assault mission on board. Good there. Do we have Black Shot? Which I believe we got that as part of the
Yeah.
The Chosen joining us.
I believe
Yeah,
so.
get
Yeah.
the venom rounds.
We have Venom rounds. It's an extra die there. Currently have 2. Do we want to spend the intel for an extra dice, or do we be down to 0 intel, or do we want to hold on to it and just roll 2?
Hmm.
This is a question for the group.
Overkill is underrated. Go for the extra die.
All right, we're spending
Okay.
it.
Okay.
We now have no intel. We've expended it. I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
No critical, but I did get a 6.
Mm.
Alrighty.
All right, very good. You're in a controlled position. Sounds good.
And it does mean that the secondary mission also succeeds.
Oh.
Any specialist that is currently with them, so the soldier does take an extra wound.
Okay, so we can mark that.
This got 2 wounds. We have to deal with that here pretty soon.
Okay.
But we do get to promote 2 of them,
Ooh.
the soldier as well. Let's do.
Mm.
Cuthbert has been with us for a while, and same thing with Let's promote Stu. So we have 2 more promotions. The Plastic Platoon has 3 Lance Corporals in their ranks now.
Oh, nice. All right, and we
Corporals
will
for
say
them.
that they are gonna. They'll be helping Queen Cactus and the Fisher Price Mattel Pillbugs, coming in from the flank. All right, so
Good for them.
yeah, good job for the B team.
The
All right, so
intel
for the
probably
18
saved their lives.
Yes. All right, so all the Pillbugs like get together, all their pennants, their flags made of little bits of tissue paper and grass waving in the sun. And you see like Prince Ubal holding up his sword made from some rolled up tinfoil, and they all start chanting, "Sand castles, sand castles, sand castles." And then all of them set off across the desert with you guys as well. As you can imagine, this episode inspired not so much by the real Lawrence of Arabia and the Arab Revolt, but by the David Lean directed film Lawrence of Arabia. So making sure everyone knows where the inspiration is. A classic for sure. So we get a montage of like the bugs crawling their way across the sand. A little bit of a breeze comes and creates a humongous sandstorm, and the pillbugs are like struggling on and getting buried and trying to pull themselves off, rolling over, crawling, helping each other up. You see like your hillish ants, bent double against the wind, struggling on, glugging what water you can from your canteens, holding like little droplets, precious droplets of Kool-Aid and like cherry Pepsi that you've managed to bring with you across the desert. But you brought the right provisions, even though it was a grueling journey across the heart of the sandbox. You guys do arrive outside the walls of the sandcastle where the battle will be fought. So, all the pillbugs and your soldiers, the guards, are like perched on sort of a bluff, or like kind of a little hill, a little rise. You look across and you see the sandcastles themselves, these ancient, dusty forts of like packed up sand. They've been here for like a week, and these are like the kind where like you fill a bucket with that's like shaped like a castle with sand, then you swing it up and like plop it down, and you pull the bucket away, and it reveals these like cool battlements and like square towers. So the children of the Bloom family have been like making that. They even added a little bit of drizzly water to make them look like extra cool and a little extra solid. But they're still kind of like crumbling. It's been like a day or so. The sandcastles don't last forever. Though bug years they do. And you do see like all of them are crawling with termites, and you know there's definitely more termites like hidden in the desert area, outside or like inside within the walls. Um, and you see like termite soldiers on the walls of the sandcastles. Like they see this huge pillbug army. There's a moment of like disbelief, and they start shouting warnings, and bullets start going, or splinter rounds start going everywhere. Pebble artillery behind starts thundering away. Um, Oakley hoists up his toothpick and goes like, "For the sandbox!" And then all the pillbugs are like shouting as well. Prince Ubal is shouting, and they start forming into rolling up, roly poly style, and rolling their way lightning fast across the battlefield, charging into the battlements. So you guys are so while they're trading fire, they're moving in. You guys have to go in and crack those gates open, and you see Oakley like waving you guys on as you charge down and start reaching their gates. Okay, so it's in the chaos of battle. You could try like a sneaky approach here. You could try just racing in. Um, let's start with Max Flores, our sniper there. What's a sniper doing in this chaos?
I think
You could try scouting, kind of seeing where the enemy strength is as well. But yeah, it's up to you now.
yeah. So Max, who I've aptly decided is a bullet ant.
Oh, very
Um,
cool. Very appropriate.
Yes. I think Max would sort of like try and be as helpful as possible. He'll see if he can sort of like um, open up a pathway using his rifle, his long rifle.
Ooh, okay.
So
All right, just adding you to our retinue there in the Google Doc. Okay, so you're like using your rifle to like open fire on the termites on the wall.
yeah, basically just picking off like people to, or for lack of a better term, people to
Yeah, awesome.
sort of give us a little bit easier time getting up. So I'll use my
I can't believe I
shoot.
just said awesome when I'm talking about killing a bunch of termites in battle. But let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, so this is going to be a risky situation because there are termite snipers who could return fire.
Okay.
So you are in danger here. Okay. So how many dice do you have? This could be shoot, I think. Is the one that, or
Yeah.
which one are you thinking?
I was thinking shoot. So I do have 3 since we decided off camera that Max got a little bit of experience from Sven's last mission.
All right.
So
Are you going to push yourself or do Devil's Bargain, or is the three significant, 3 enough?
Devil's bargain.
what is the devil's
Chaos.
bargain?
What's that?
What is the devil's bargain?
I have no idea. It just sounds great.
Devil's Bargain is like, it's a cool mechanic, which is you can get yourself an extra dice to roll, but if it goes wrong, like something really terrible will happen.
Yeah.
Which in this case, that I will say Max will be noticed not just by the enemy termite snipers, but the enemy termite artillery spotters,
Gotcha.
which could threaten the entire squad.
Yeah. I'll stick with 3, I think. We'll not.
All
We
right.
won't go balls to the wall just yet.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Okay. I got a 2, a 3, and a 4.
Okay, so the highest being a 4. You do it as a consequence. Okay, I'm gonna say you're gonna get 1 level of harm as another termite sniper spots you. You cut him down before you can. He does fire at you, and you get a nasty graze. Do you want to try and resist it?
Yeah. Well, I'll do that. Since I am stoic, I get +1 die to prowess resistance, so
Okay. Pretty
So-
handy. All right, stoic sniper.
yeah. Okay, I got 5.
Oh wow, you only take one. Very good.
Cool.
All right, so yeah, you just like you pull up into a good position, take out your like scoped splinter rifle. Uh, you're looking through that scope. You see a termite aiming down at you. He fires, you fire. Um, his bullet just like bursts into the dust in front of you, causes a bunch of sand to fly over you, scares you, stresses you out a little bit. Your bullet like just carves right through his head. You can see through the scope that he is just like his whole head is like cut in half with the pincers falling down, the goo raining, and he like his body drops and falls off the castle walls.
Yeah.
By now the pill bugs are like nearing the walls. Their charge is almost ending. They are
Mhm.
getting like shot at by splinter rifles coming from the battlements.
Yeah.
Um, and Sergeant Lucano, you see there is some sort of like disturbance in the sand right in front of the walls. Like there's something kind of hidden there.
I'm guessing that sniper wasn't a threat 2 or higher, correct? Because I do have the special ability notches. If I land the killing blow on a threat 2 or higher opponent, I can mark experience in any category.
Oh, okay. No, not quite. But there will be some coming up.
Sounds good.
Do I? How could I tell what these disturbances in the sand are?
Ooh, I mean, you could just rush in and see what it is, or you could try and like maybe scout it out, or send someone to go and scout it out.
Um. Hmm.
Or you could just like rush in and back the attack and see what it is.
We're trying to get the gate down, correct?
Yeah, it is like right in front of the gate. Just
Well, so-
disturbance in the sand.
Um. Austin, what type of character are you running? You're running a scout, right?
That's right.
What's your rank in scout? Like the actual sort of inside ability for you?
Like how many pips do I have on him?
Yeah.
Oh, I have 2 in scout.
I'm gonna go over and sort of look towards Weevil. I don't know what rank you are specifically.
I'm a corporal.
Corporal. Kind of not throw you up like, what is that? We need something. We need something to know what's going on now. Don't want to rush in just yet.
No, I'll do some reconnaissance. You can count on me.
And I will set up my totem placement and assist them by just covering fire.
I can move like from cover to cover. Pieces of plastic.
Yeah.
I will mark stress, and you get an extra D on that scout roll.
Okay. Do I do that now?
All right.
Or
Go
later?
ahead and roll. You are in still a risky situation.
Okay. So I get
You're acting under fire.
okay. So I get the 2 from the normal, and then I get an extra, so I do 3 dice.
So you're rolling 3 and you're taking the highest.
Drop on the floor. Hello.
Ooh, though if it's 2 6s, it gets to be a crit, which happens sometimes.
I got the highest was a 5.
Ooh, very good. All right, so with a 5, there's a consequence. Okay, I'm gonna put you in a desperate situation, which is
Oh,
that
no.
you rush over towards to see what it is, and as you get up to the edge of it, like the sand like below you just sort of like kind of falls in and descends and makes like a funnel. And you see it's become like sort of almost a bowl shaped indent in the desert. Inside the bottom of that bowl, which like the sand is like slipping down, and you're in this slipping down. You see a nasty pair of like giant mandibles, giant pincers reaching out there to grab and devour you. This is an ant lion.
I knew it.
Wait,
Yeah, you gotta
I
have
knew
it.
it.
One of the most feared bugs of the sandbox. that is
Damn.
fighting alongside the termites, and you're going to like fall into this trap unless you can get out of there.
Oh.
And you see like the pill bugs are crying like ant lion. Thankfully, because you revealed the trap, they're like not going into it. They're sort of falling back and becoming, but they are getting bunched up and stuck around that front gate though.
Um,
Okay, let's have Sergeant Lucano. What are you doing now?
So now I see this. Can I rush forward and grab him and drag him to safety?
Oh, absolutely.
Grab
What do you think you'd be rolling there?
maneuver?
Okay, sounds good. This is going to be desperate. So you get to mark XP.
Awesome. I will use it over the top. I want to charge into the teeth of an enemy that outnumber or outgun us. I will clear stress and I'll roll an extra die.
Okay, go for it.
Save me, brother.
That is a 4 and a 5. So I do it, but I'll mark XP for that, and I will take. Yeah, what happens to me?
All right. I'm gonna say. Let's see. I think you're gonna take severe harm.
Can I attempt to resist it?
Yes. You like pull him back, you pull him out of there, but then you are cut down by some of those splinter rifles up on the battlement.
Okay, I gotta get another die. 1 second.
Okay.
Because I get 5 dice to roll with this.
Oh wow. Okay.
I look, all my things are in prowess. I have so many pips in prowess. I did roll a 6. I rolled 2 2s, a 4, and a 5.
Whoa. Okay. Well, very lucky. Pulled through.
Ooh.
You get to. I don't know if you have any stress. You get to clear it.
Only on a critical.
Oh right. Okay. My bad. But still, you don't take any stress. Yeah, you just like dance through the bullets. You know, super dramatic shots are rushing past you. The splinter rounds peeling around you. You grab this poor scout, hurl him back out of the way of the ant lion. Unfortunately, the ant lion's still there, and the pillbugs can't find a way to get through without this ant lion being taken care of. Max. So meanwhile, you're also scanning the walls. You can see this antlion situation unfolding in front of the walls. You also see more termite soldiers are moving up, and it looks like you can tell they've prepared a very vigorous defense. They have Nessenheim weapons, so you imagine there might be, as there were on Pool Noodle Bay, there might be Nessenheim soldiers who are helping them or fighting with them. Oh, Nick, you're muted, my friend.
Okay, cool. I think for now, I'm going to. I think the most immediate threat is the antlion, so I am going to use one of my uses of aim, which is my specialist action, and I can spend it to increase the effect level of a shot, and sometimes take out large, dangerous enemies with a single bullet.
Ooh, okay, let's see if you can do this.
So, got 3.
So how many do you have in aim?
I have 2 pips in aim, so I'm going to use one of them to increase the effect level of this shot.
Right. Okay. So how many dice are you rolling?
I am currently sitting at 3 in shoot.
Okay. I would say this is a risky situation if that matters.
Okay. I think Oh, I do have some venom rounds.
I mean, this is I would say
Yeah.
like level 3 kind of threat. Like if any bugs that get stuck in here will die.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna push myself for a 4th.
Ooh, okay.
So, all right, come on. Yeah. Highest is a 4.
Oh,
But I think with the aim, it increases the effect. I don't know the effect level.
yeah.
So,
Okay, so I will say you will kill the antlion.
okay.
But I think you're going to end up in a desperate position.
Okay.
Which will be like exposed.
Okay.
So you like pop up, you fire the special venom round down, it like cuts into the antlion. You see like the greenish venom like burning its way through the antlion, like flailing about as it dies. But when you popped up, you exposed yourself.
Yeah. So he sort of like, I think Max is just sort of like, as soon as the shot goes off, he's just like, all right. And quickly pulls out sort of like a small knife that he has and puts a notch into his rifle and like then looks up from his scope and is like, oh shoot.
Yeah, I think like a twig emplacement has zeroed in on your position. So while you were carving the notch, you see some termites who are manning like a high-powered twig, machine gun equivalent, which starts raining down splinters into your area.
Yep. Got a little too
Yeah,
cocky
I
there.
would say you're in a desperate position right now, as
All
you're
right.
like pinned down.
Alrighty.
Okay, Weevil. It looks like the way is clear to the gates right now, but you do know there's lots of termite infantry up on the walls.
Do I have any line of sight into this this machine gun that's pelting Mr. Flores over there?
Oh yeah. I would say like if you look up, it's kind of on one of the battlements of the sandcastle.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I can
So-
take a shot at the person firing.
I think so. Are you trying to like hurt them, or are you trying to kind of do like suppressing fire?
Hurting them would be ideal. Suppressing fire
Okay.
is also helpful. Is there an equivalent
Alright.
of grenades in this?
Yeah.
Do I have a pine cone, you know?
Yeah, just like I mean that could be some of like the special weapons you guys build. But yeah, we could say if there's like a grenade type weapon. I know incendiaries are like match heads.
Yeah, maybe you could do that. That would be cool.
All right, yeah, you could use it like a match head bomb. Which this could be. I mean, what move do you think this would be? I mean, it seems like you're trying to take out this machine gun nest. You're not trying to suppress it so much.
I don't know what move that would be.
Okay, it could be shoot, which is like you're doing a long range attack.
Yeah, that seems fine.
Okay, so you go ahead and roll shoot. This is going to be a desperate position because like you're running with an explosive in a battle. There's bullets flying everywhere.
I'm gonna do a cool roll before I throw it. Get a little cartwheel.
All right, how many dice are you rolling?
I only have one diamond in it, so I assume I only get to roll one.
Yes, that's right. And you can push yourself. You mark the stress.
Sure, I can push myself.
Yeah, you mark 2 stress
Okay.
to push yourself.
You could also do the devil's bargain, which you don't have no stress for that, but this thing will go really bad if it goes wrong.
I'll take the stress. This is a stressful situation.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, I'd say so. Also, you get to mark XP because it's a desperate situation.
Okay. All right, so I get 2 dice, and good luck, everybody. I have a 5 and a 3.
5 is
Not
good.
bad.
5 is good. 5 is you do it. There's a consequence. You suffer severe harm. A serious complication occurs. Okay. I'm gonna say you rush over, you toss the match head up. It like flies into their twig nest. It bursts to life. Like three termites are set on fire and burn up as their little twig burns to pieces. Um, however, you're gonna take I'm gonna say one level of harm in a desperate situation as part of the sand wall collapses and like crushes you.
Oh, great.
So you're definitely being trapped either way. Now, do you want to take the harm or do you want to take more stress to try and avoid it?
Let's see.
So you could do a resistance roll.
Yeah, I have a thing that says stubborn. It says at +1 die to resolve resist.
Yes, if you try to resist
be a
like
good
the
one.
damage, what you do is you roll a dice per attribute. So whatever your pip is in there, the total amount of that, and +1 for that ability you have, and then you would take 6 stress minus the highest result instead of taking the damage. So it could still kill you.
Yeah, it says also I have tough, which is ignore level 1 harm penalties. So I
Oh.
don't know if it does anything.
Ooh,
Oh.
Or do you have all these? Because you only get to pick one at the beginning, I believe.
Oh, for
That's
the
2 from your heritage.
yeah.
Oh, right. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, I will resolve to resist. To resolve resist.
Okay. Do the resist.
So how many die am I rolling here?
What was the ability used to make the roll in the first place?
I used shoot.
Shoot. However many pips you have in prowess.
Okay.
I think it's the one. It's basically the number of pips you have in like before before the line. So it's the number of pips you have at level 1 at least.
Okay.
If it's anything similar to the way that Blaze in the Dark work, if I remember correctly.
So I add all of the ones that are in prowess, or just the one that has shoot?
One's before the line.
One's before the line. Okay, and
Yeah.
only what was on the sheet, not what I added.
No, what you added as well.
Oh, okay.
total.
For me, I have a pip in maneuver, shoots, skirmish, and wreck.
Okay.
I also then get +1 for my trait in prowess resist.
Okay. So I have one in maneuver, shoot, and skirmish, and then the trait says I get a +1. So then should I roll 4?
So you said it was like you had stubborn, which is a resolve.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think you would get the extra one.
Yeah, the
since
resolve is
this
specifically for like consort, discipline, martial, and sway.
Okay, I got it now.
Yeah.
So I get 3. Or the 3 that I have in prowess.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Beautiful. 2 6s and a 5.
Hey.
That's a critical.
Whoa.
Yeah.
If
So
you
I think-
to remove stress now.
Yeah. So if you had any stress, you can remove one of them.
Whoa. Which I think you did because you had the you pushed yourself. So now you get to even get back from that. Wow.
Sweet. I'm the best.
We don't get very many
truly
criticals.
Sons of Beatles.
So, how do you think you avoid being crushed by this like falling sand?
My cool rolling maneuver that I learned while 2 seconds ago while watching the roly polies. I will attempt to roll out of the way. It's a
awesome
Dark Souls maneuver, you know. It's not
Classic.
All right, so you like combat roll out of the way as this like big lump of sand cars off the side and plops down. Max, you're no longer pinned down. As you see, there's like fire blazing on the top of the citadel here. All right, Sergeant Lucano, it looks like the way is clear, but there's like this heavy gate made of there's like a whole bunch of popsicle sticks and bits of bark.
Well, so one of the things we, as part of our loadouts, we can have is a wrecking kit.
Yeah.
Which comes with like axes and vials and hand charges. So I think he's just going to just sort of yell, charge, run out and get to the gate and just start taking axes to the popsicle sticks and just sort of trying to wreck the gate.
Right. So you're going for a wreck. You're not like, telling the troops to do this. You're wrecking it yourself.
I'm wrecking it myself. Sergeant is look, he's seen a lot of shit. If he's gonna have anybody do it, he's gonna do it himself first these days.
I love it. All
Whether
right,
it's
so
a
you
good idea or
charge in.
not.
Yeah. Okay, so you charge in, you race over the body of like the antlion. As you're smashing it down, you do see like coming down the sort of the aisle, like within the sandcastle, a bunch more termite rifle bugs who are closing in with their guns ready. So you got to move quickly, or they will open fire on you. So this is definitely, I'm gonna say this is a desperate situation.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm also gonna take the devil's bargain.
Okay, I will say, if you can't smash it down, you will get like stuck in it. Like some sand will come, pouring down from the top of the gate and like trap you, making you a sitting duck for those rifle bugs.
Worth it. A 4 and a 2.
Okay, well, it's not the worst.
Could be better.
It could be better. I think you're going to take severe harm.
Okay. Take severe harm. Severe harm is it the minus? Is it the second level?
Yeah, so 2 levels of harm there. You can try and resist it as well.
I have armor. I think I'm gonna burn my armor for this.
Okay, so you can take just the
Armor
1 level of
is-
harm, I think.
Yeah, so take 1 level of harm.
Okay, you can write sand smushed.
Partially crushed.
Partially crushed, yeah. So how do you take down the gate though? You do manage to do that.
Well, I assume that the others are there's other soldiers of the which platoon came with us. It was the steel crawlers.
Yeah, they're all like
rushing up
around
with
you.
me and just we prepared for this. We have kits. We just start taking axes and just hacking things down. Someone's providing covering fire as we sort of break through and sort of pull the pieces away. So the roly-polies, the pillbugs, can just rush in there and do what they need to do.
All right, so yeah, between you manage to take down the gate. This bits of bark, these popsicle sticks go flying as you smash your way through. You rear your way into the fortress, and then a big bit of sand from the tower above you like plops down and smashes part of you.
Ah,
Yeah, you're still mobile, but like definitely slowed down.
yeah.
Okay, but now, best of all, the gate is down. So all the pillbugs start they're shouting, they're like cheering, hoisting up their blades. V.V. Oakley himself like leads them through the gate, and they start swarming into the fortress. Max, you see there are some termites on the walls, but most of the battle is now happening like inside the sort of the fortification. This like area sort of surrounded by the sandcastles, kind of like this open fortress, where it's still, the outer walls have been breached, but the battle could still go either way. And the termites are definitely bringing their heaviest troops to bear. So what's the plan here?
I think I'm going to. You know what? Keen observation. Okay. I'm gonna see, like, I'm gonna sort of maneuver. Basically, not using. I want to. Oh my gosh, words. Sorry. I want to try and scout out sort of like the sort of what's inside and sort of
Ooh,
try and find the biggest threat, I think.
Sounds good. I would say you're gonna do this would be I think controlled because you're not charging head in. You're trying to be kind of, or are you being a little bit more reckless? What would you think it is?
I think I sort of like am sort of moving up in a way that, but like I'm not directly like I'm not directly in in the line of fire, but I'm sort of like still moving up in a way with the rest of them. And
Okay. Yeah, it sounds controlled.
okay.
All right, so go ahead. How many are you rolling? Are you pushing yourself, or do you want the devil's bargain?
What is the devil's bargain?
Ooh. Okay. I would say if you fail this one, you're gonna find the enemy all right when they find you.
Uh, you know what?
See
I'll take the
Austin
third.
nodding.
I'll take the
Do
third.
it. Do it.
Yeah, I'll take the third. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
So, yeah. Oop, that was outside of the thing. Hey. So, I did get a 6.
Oh, nice. All right. So you kind of flank, you sort of skirt the main melee going around amongst the now broken gate. You like rush up to the wall. You find the part of the sandcastle has collapsed over the ages. Pull
Hmm.
yourself up, take a gander inside. Um, you see that like the pill bugs are swarming in, the termites are coming in from the other side to meet them. But leading the termites, there's a bunch of kind of like shock troops. These are like termite warriors, the elite
Okay.
of the termite hive. They have heavy, um, complicated mandibles. They have like body armor, and they're capable of like spraying acid out of their mouths. They
Okay.
also have like heavy, high powered splinter rifles. So they're just like all around heavy infantry types.
Okay. Um, so I think I will basically, from my point, I will yo down to the to the sergeant and everyone who's listening. Shock troops inbound.
All right.
And
Weevil, where are you in the chaos of this battle?
So it's time to start taking aim and knocking some termites off the walls here. So I can shoot at these troops that just appeared.
Okay, so you kind of like you sort of dart down an alley, hoist up your rifle, and start firing some splinters at them.
Okay.
This is gonna be. I mean, they're not close in yet. These are more close in troops, so you're still risky, I think.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to do a strat? You want to push yourself, or can I offer you a devil's bargain?
Not yet. Okay, I'll save the bargain. I'll just
Sounds
take
good.
a shot first.
Okay, so not pushing yourself, just a normal shoot.
Just a normal one shot.
Sounds good.
Knock it back.
one shot, one opportunity.
Hopefully. I got a 6.
Hey.
Whoa, rolling
Good.
hot. Yeah, you just like pop out, unload this splinter carbine you have. Just bang, 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 bang. The splinters like tear into the first like 2 or 3 of these termites. Not sure how many you get, but you definitely like blow apart a couple of these elites. They just like collapse in heaps of armored chitin with the termite goop spraying from their bodies. The rest of them like step over their dead comrades, and then the pill bugs charge in and meet them, and it is like some nasty up close chaotic fighting with spraying acid, toothpick blades, tinfoil blades, hacking back and forth. You see Vivi Oakley is like right in the middle of it, just like swinging this toothpick around and like cutting apart a termite as like acid is falling on him. But he's fighting through it. Sergeant Lucano, you're up there in the mix as well. What are you doing?
These are the big termite elites.
Yeah.
I think he's just gonna rush in there and go to melee. He's been waiting for this for so long. He's waiting the moment just to go in there and just start tearing termites apart.
All right,
and
let's see if it
he's-
works out. This is
Yeah, I think he's gonna push himself with the stress.
okay. This is a desperate situation, so mark the experience as well.
Yeah. It was definitely desperate for him, but I think he also doesn't mind that.
All right.
I only get 2 dice for this. But we'll find out what happens. A 2 and then a 6.
Oh wow, living on the edge.
Fine line there. Fine line.
That's 6. All right, so you just like racing the head of these pill bugs. You're fighting alongside Oakley. He like skewers one of these termites with his toothpick, and you just like grab another one, smash him down, start beating his head in with your mandibles until there was just like goopy paste below him.
Yeah, he is just as he's like thrashing this termite. He's just like, and this one is for my friend, and this one's for my queen. How do you like this? And just crushes his head.
Oh man, terrifying. You see the other termites like pause a little bit at the display of this this bloodshed and this brutality in the middle of a battle. Even in the middle of a battle, it's standing out a bit.
He's a little stressed. he's a little this is not great for him. So he's gonna start taking more and more risky situations just to get back for revenge.
Okay, so the termites are being cut down. The battle, like the pill bugs, are swarming in. The sandcastles are nearly yours, perhaps, but there's still a few more obstacles to go on, and to make sure that the enemy doesn't escape. So, Max, I think you made it to the walls, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so you're perched up on the battlements, like looking down. You see that while most of the pill bugs are swarming in and are taking the city, kind of towards sort of the middle area, kind of like the edge of the sandbox where there's like this sort of big plastic rim that leads to the rest of the yard. You see that more termites are gathering, and there are actually some Nessenheim ants, including a certain velvet ant who caused you guys some problems.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is like a particularly skilled Nessenheim elite unit who are operating under General Dieter von Floof, the Velvet Ant, who personally killed your last character.
Yeah.
And they are wheeling in some they do all kinds of things, but they're wheeling in a bunch of pebble artillery to fire onto the city to help sort of cover the or not cover the retreat, to try and cut off the assault with a massed pebble artillery barrage.
Okay. I think Max has definitely heard stories of this new, well, not new, this old person, and saw. I think he saw firsthand, since he was he was in the front lines when Day was taken out. So he sort of gets into cover and sort of zeroes in on this, sort of trying to take the head of the of these Nessenheim people. And I am going to use my last use of aim to increase this shot, the effect of this shot on this general. So
Ooh, okay, go for it.
No, I think I've got 3 is fine. We'll see how this goes. Okay, I got a 5.
Ooh.
Another 3, 4, 5. That seems to be a pattern for me.
Okay, are you aiming for any bugs in particular, or just kind of like firing
I was going for the general.
for the general? Okay, and we got a 5.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say you hit it. It's gonna be reduced effect. It's gonna be a wounding blast, but you still mess him up. I'll ask you this: what part of his body do you shoot off?
Um,
Can it be his head?
No, but it could be
No.
part. It could be part of his head.
Just joking.
I would
Hey,
say
if you want to like maim him by taking away half his skull, that's okay.
I think it I'm gonna say it goes like straight through his left eye.
Oh, brutal. His brother had an eye patch too. Or maybe maybe it could be his head. I know roaches can survive without their heads, so
Yeah, I don't know.
but I don't know.
How.
I like the eye a lot too though.
If they can, it's only
Um,
for a limited amount of time because I do need to eventually eat or drink, and then they can't.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. Yes.
Yeah.
Like I said, non-entomologist, so forgive me if I get insect facts totally
I
wrong.
just
They're
yeah.
not immortal.
Yeah. They ain't chickens.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, those things can survive without heads. I don't know what's going on. But yes, you fire, you just like carve a hole through like the right side of his head, tearing apart his eye. General von Floof, this Velvet ant, like falls back. Um, the other Nessenheim soldiers, these are they're called the Iron Ulhans. Is the name of their military unit. I'll add to the Google Doc, which are a more elite, even more so than the chain link grenadiers who you fought before.
Yeah.
So they start falling back, but they're still able to use their pebble artillery, which like fires into the Pilbung ranks coming through the center of the city. So Weevil, while you are uh, in cover firing away, and while Lucano is like up close doing melee with these termites, this is when pebble rounds start like crashing down from the sky. It's blowing apart like the sand. It's blowing apart the little structures the termites have built here. There's like fragments of sand flying everywhere, dangerous shrapnel going everywhere, um, and the termites are still coming on the attack. Their termite warriors, those elite shock troops, are mostly defeated, but they're going to take a few more before they're truly down for the count. So, what are you doing?
Uh, is there a good place to take cover?
There is, yes, but getting to it can be tricky. You look up ahead and you spot, we're kind of in the Fisher Price Mattel territory. So you see like a one of those like fun little rakes that are like in 3 prongs. You can go like ooh and make cool grooves in the sand. You see like one of those jutting out of the sand, the handle of it poking up, and that offers a little bit of cover from the pebbles.
Okay, let me. Can I like, take some pot shots while I'm running? Just
Yeah, well, go ahead and roll maneuver, and we'll see how well you do.
okay.
Kind of, or if you want, maybe if you can do shoot as well, if you want to kind of more focus on the shooting. I'll sort of leave it up to you what move you want to roll.
Well, the good news is they're both +1, so we don't have to think too hard about it. So maneuver's
Okay.
fine with me.
All right, this is desperate, so you get to mark experience.
Oh, cool. Let's do that. Let it go.
All right,
Okay.
do you want to push yourself or do a devil's bark?
Oh no, I'm actually I could well yeah, I could push myself. It would work for me. So I get an extra die, is that what that is?
All right, mark the 2 stress. There we go.
2 stress. I got a 6 and a 1.
What was that?
A 6 and a 1.
A 6 and a 1. Wow. Well, good job with the stress. That was very necessary. Yeah, so you dash through this exploding like city. Sand just dancing around you, and I mean, you were just one lucky weevil as you You like slide, combat roll your way under that rake. Um, you just like roll over and just keep firing the carbine and like blast down a few more of those elite termites because they're trying to reach you. Um, Lucano, you are still like at this point. I think the elite termites are starting to like fall back. They're like also running towards the edge of the sandbox. You can hear like the call to retreat ringing through the sandcastle, especially
Mhm.
as you see on the flank of the sandcastles, another force of pill bugs is like charging in. Their Queen Cactus's Fisher Price Mattel crew has arrived to also join in, striking from the flank. Um, so you're like following them back, and you see the Nessenheim troops, their allies, and you see a bunch of these like pebble cannons that are swiveling around to face your soldiers. And you see like Oakley and the other pillbugs are racing alongside with you. What you doing?
I'm going to attempt to marshal the troops into a final assault.
Okay,
Uh,
perfect.
we have them on the run. We have allies on the way. Take them down. Take them out. Let's destroy those pebble cannons while we're at it.
Right, you hear you hear the pillbugs cheer. Go ahead and roll.
Uh,
This is I'm gonna say it's desperate, so you get to do market experience.
this is definitely desperate. And I am gonna push myself. I have
Okay.
filled up my stress tracker. Which isn't great, but it's okay.
Okay.
I am living on that edge right now for that extra die because I don't want to go for a devil's bargain in a desperate situation just yet. 4 and a 5.
Oh, all right. Still a consequence. I'm gonna say you're gonna take a severe harm.
Okay. I will try to in fact resist this. I only get 3 dice.
Okay.
Ooh. Actually, I'm not going to. I'm gonna take the damage because if I mess this up, I could be dead.
Yeah.
Off of stress. I'll take
Do
severe.
it, do it.
I'm not trying to die.
This is
I'm
how
trying
we
to make him let him
lost.
live.
This is how we
Risk it
lost another
all.
character last time. But this could
Yeah.
be Lucano's end. I mean, it's a good end.
Well, severe is how much damage am I taking?
I'm gonna say so. You're at 1 already.
Give me 1 harm.
Okay, I'm gonna say this is gonna put you into 3. So you will need someone to rescue you after this.
I will in fact need help.
Yeah, you have 2 soldiers who are still up who can help you, and Oakley is with you too. He could also help you. So
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the 3 harm. Okay, so yeah, that's not great.
Okay, so you take it.
Yeah, so
All right.
I have. Yeah, this is really gonna hurt.
All right.
Okay.
In fact, I'm gonna as you take it, you're not quite knocked out, but you are like plopped down there, so you need help. Unless one more and you are out.
What type of
I'm gonna
damage am I
say
taking? What am I being hit with?
this is a pebble round. Uh, and I am gonna say just maybe not interest of gameplay, but like in the fiction, you are gonna take some kind of a disfigurement or injury, so you can kind of choose what that looks like. But it could be like one of your antennas is blasted off, or like you lose a limb.
I
And I
think
mean, you can
I
get
think
a
he
you can
I
get a
think he
replacement like a. Mm-hmm.
I think he loses his mandibles. So he has to replace them with actual weapons at that point.
Yes, yeah, prosthetics are totally allowed, of course. So yeah, let's get some prosthetic mandibles in the future. But yes, they are blowing off of your face as a pebble round crashes to life in front of you.
Oh my god. Yeah, he is
Um,
just splayed out now.
So as you fall, VV Oakley like catches you, and like kind of holds you close, and he hoists his toothpick into the air, and he is like, "This bug has bled for you, my brothers. Carry his will onwards to victory." And the pillbugs like roll past you and charge into the artillery ranks. And as you like just ferocious pain is covering your face, you do look through and see the pillbugs just like falling on the Nessenheim ants and cutting them to pieces. Still very much an active battlefield though. And in fact, you see Oakley like looking back and shouting to your men, like, Greenleaf guards, come here, help him, hurry. So Max, I think you're the one who's close to him because you're kind of in the city.
Sure.
Or no, I think you were on the wall. I think it'd be
Yeah, I was
Weevil's
on the
the one
wall
who's
still.
closest.
So
Yes.
I
All
can
right, so
run up.
Weevil, you're the one who hears this. You got to reach him and help him.
Yeah, I can dash towards him and grab him.
Sounds good.
Start dragging him back.
This is still a desperate situation because you got the life of your brother in arms is there.
Yeah. I'll take the bargain if I could do that.
Okay. You will also catch a glancing blow from a pebble round if you fail this.
Whatever. Get busy moving or get busy dying. Here we go.
Yep.
So I get two. So I roll 2 dice.
Well, it's whatever you would roll an extra dice for the devil's bargain you're
Okay,
taking.
so let's see. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Easy peasy. We got a 3 and a 1.
Oh no.
I'm the best.
All right, so you suffer severe harm. Complication occurs. You lose this opportunity. I'm gonna say you were gonna suffer severe harm as well.
All
So
right.
you have armor? I don't think you do.
I'm
It would
just
be in
light.
your load.
Yeah, I'm just light or normal and normal. Does normal get that?
normal, I don't think
It depends on. I think you're what scout.
No,
Probably
I
not.
don't think so.
Scout doesn't get
No, there's no option for armor in there.
armor. No.
Okay. All right, you're taking 2 harm. So you're on the
Sweet.
level 2. So you're still up, but you get severe contusions and burns from the pebble exploding next to you.
Okay.
Am I further injured?
No. Oakley,
Yeah.
Oakley is able to bring you back because he was with you. He was next to you when you fell.
Got it.
Oakley brings you back, and the other pillbugs help you, and the other Greenleaf guards reach you too. And between them, they manage to get you like away from the front lines. So they bring you like right back to the gate where more soldiers are, and like just as you pass out, you see the pillbug battle standard, this like little bit of a sun-dried leaf being like hoisted over the sandcastles as you collapse into unconsciousness. Okay, so we'll jump ahead like a day or so. Lucano, you have you get some healing done. I know we'll figure out the details next round with the quartermaster stuff, but
Yeah.
we'll just say that by now you have your prosthetic mandibles are in place. What do they look like, by the way?
They're
What are
just
they made out of?
they're just made of like tinfoil and wood. Essentially, they're basically my my fine heavy weapon, just now permanently fixed to my face. I've gone like
Incredible.
full like what's the James Bond film that has the metal teeth? Jaws?
Jaws?
Oh,
Yeah.
Jaws. I think his
Full
name
on
is.
Jaws, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You just have these new weird spiky mandibles. So all of you guys are like walking through the sandcastles, where you see like the pillbugs are now moving around, taking care of their wounded, managing things. But also there's all sorts of other ants have arrived. A lot of the insect entente ants are now occupying the sandcastles as well. So you see everywhere there's like Hillish soldiers, giving out their proper crisp salutes. You also see a bunch of like Republic Deleaf ants, the leaf cutter ants, who are there as well, also managing things. So Max and Weevil, you are there as well. And all of you are met by Oakley himself, who kind of like joins you at the front. And he's like, "Ah, my brave Hillish friends, come walk with me. There is something that I wish to show you."
Yes,
And he
sir.
starts kind of leading, yes, and he starts kind of leading you through the streets. And he's like, "I take it you have seen all of our country bugs and the leaf cutters who have arrived."
Yeah.
Yes.
Seems.
Yes, it is. I find it troublesome. You see, I told the pillbugs they will fight this war to free themselves in the sandbox, to remove the termites from control. And yet I fear that, well, the hillish bugs, the leaf bugs, they see the sandbox as an extension of their empire. And I think that these pillbugs, I just hope that we do right by them, that we respect their heroism and the knowledge they fought for their own victory, and that we do not uh, we do not see them trade one set of imperial masters for another.
Makes sense.
No, I would not want to see that either.
Yes, but I think there are many bugs who, when this war started, and perhaps in a way I am among them, they saw it not as a tragedy or a chance to prove their courage under fire. They saw it rather as an opportunity, whether to expand their empires, which of course many in Hillington did, as well as in the kitchen, as well as their public belief. Every uh, politician, emperor, king, queen saw this as a way to expand their empires, but some see this war as a chance to profit.
Yes, you were
Now,
not the first to suggest that. They termite general meant expressed that there were those amongst us who were also using this war for their own benefit. A intelligence officer that sort of, I would say, put us on this line of action. Captain Little, I believe.
um, you see Oakley being like, I've never met the bug, but I'm aware of him.
Be careful of him. Be wary. He may be on our side, but who else? What other sides he may be on, we do not know.
Yes, well, come this way. What I shall show you is most distressing. And he brings you to like kind of like an alley sort of down the edge of this complex of like sandcastles and um, sand lumps, and you find this sort of open courtyard area where there are a bunch of pillbug dead who have just been like lined up and shot. So it looks like a bunch of like executed pillbug prisoners. And you also see that there are a few. There's some pillbug civilians in there as well. Like these look like pillbugs who were like not warriors. They were just the average, uh, like pillbug travelers who were caught up and then executed. And you see, there's male and females, but there's no pupa. So no baby bugs. Um, and then Weevil, you do see there is like one living pupa, a little pill bug comes over to you, and very very scared, kind of like is like sort of hiding, behind some of the pillars, um, and is facing you and is like, "Have you come to take me away, like the others were taken?"
No, I don't think so. Do you know where? Do you know where the others went?
I think we have to roll me a sway for this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if I don't have any die and sway?
You rolled 2 and take the lower of the 2.
Ah,
You could devil's bargain or push yourself for this. This is
excellent.
controlled, by the way, because you're not in actual combat now.
Okay.
This will, this will decide whether or not you get a clue to this mystery.
Yeah, I will. I'll push myself.
Okay.
Don't think Albert's very good with talking with kids, but he's gonna do his darndest.
Yeah,
here.
this traumatized pupa.
So if I do that, what happens? I just roll 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck. I got a 3. Woo!
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, he's just like too scared to tell you much
Yeah,
information.
I don't get on one knee. I don't get to eye level. I just sort of stare down.
Oh,
like, where'd they go?
Where are they?
Yeah, the pupa just like, hurries over to some other pill bugs who like will, take care of this poor orphan. And you see that Oakley says, "Yes, it is rather troubling. I've heard reports from other pill bugs out in the desert that something comes in. It's backed up by termite forces. Oftentimes, the elderly are killed, but children or those who can grow young and strong, pupa, or like younger bugs who can work, perhaps, are stolen away.
Hmm.
And I do not know what's happening, but I fear that it must be someone who can travel fast. So I don't think they're traveling by foot or by vehicle. It must be by air."
Concerning.
Oh, most indeed. Wait, most indeed. What am I saying? Most definitely. I think we
They both work.
shall. Yes. There is the next termite fortress outside of the sandbox, which I intend to attack with full Hillish support. There may indeed be some more clues there. If there's someone working with the termites to use this war as a way to steal bugs away, answers will be found there. And there's an unholy thing that could be happening in the holy city of the ant farm, the place where all of us came from. And he says it with kind of like a devout and reverent whisper. So you see the other Hillish soldiers. You recognize that the redback, that spider who was with you during your attack in Pool Noodle Bay, General Jacob Vermillion, is arriving too with a bunch of big slide dragoons who are coming together, who are now finally able to like move around and charge because they're not stuck on the shores of the pool anymore.
Yeah.
They're all coming together, and you see General Vermillion, this redback, this like spider, says, "Oh, Greenleaf Guards, you coming with us to the Holy Land?"
Indeed, we are.
All right, well, come on then, lads. I'll see you in the ant farm.
You in the
And,
end.
With that, everybody's gearing up for the final outpost of the termites in this area, the holy city of the ant farm. And that will be in our next episode. Before that, let's go ahead and take care of the experience points of our brave soldiers. Nobody died this time, but we certainly came close in Sergeant Lucano's case. So I think we definitely earned some experience points. So let's go the opposite way. We did the intros, starting with our scouts.
Hello. I marked 2 experience. I don't know where that is on the sheet though.
So if you go a little higher up, like to the top of your playbook, there's a thing that says Scout Advancement.
Scout.
It'll be on the first page of your playbook.
Oh, I see. There you go. Each mission mark experience. If you survived the mission, if you helped your squad. So do I get more experience? Is that what?
Yeah, so you'll get more experience. So did you survive the mission?
Yes, I did.
Did you help your squad through courage and determination?
I think so.
I think so too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I think for
Good.
scout, it's something. Or it's a little different for.
Might be a little different. Yeah.
It says through stealth or
through
foresight,
stealth
which I
or
think
foresight.
you definitely did.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you actually scouted, you spotted, the trouble. You spotted those, and you like used your, use the maneuvering around to like get in safe spots on the battlefield to help out. So, yeah, definitely.
Okay, and don't think this would happen. If you brought into play your heritage or traumas, don't think so. It
Did
says
you?
Yeah, I don't have any traumas. I mean, you mentioned that you're like, you're a weevil, so you're like an immigrant in this in an anthill
mhm.
civilization. Do you think you like were taking extra risks or kind of using your beetle weevilness to help you here?
Not this time. I don't feel like it.
All right, well, maybe you won't get that one.
And then it said per threat of the highest threat opponent on the mission.
This would be 4. Because yeah, it was level 4 with like those termites. The ant lion was definitely up there. It was an instant kill if you
Okay.
got sucked in.
So is that 4? Is that 4 points for that, or is that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
4 total. Yeah.
Okay, so eight total from this
Yep.
mission then.
And if you see those little clocks next to like insight, prowess, resolve, and the one with the red banner,
Mm-hmm.
when you fill up that entire clock, you get a point to put in any of those.
Okay, I got you.
And same with the special abilities clock.
Like there's exactly 8, so that is 1.
Oh, cool. So which one you picking?
So I can choose a special ability.
If you fill out that one, yeah.
Maybe Daredevil. When you
I do think you need to hit. I don't know if you have specialist training on yours or not. Very bottom.
it's there, but it's grayed out.
Yeah. I think there's a specialist training you have to take to do it, or I don't know, to be honest.
Wait, for which one?
Like the specialist actions one.
Well, I think
Oh,
for
yeah, that.
oh, no, I think special abilities is different than the specialist things.
Okay.
Because I think
Yeah, there's special abilities and there's a specialist. There is a clock for specialists too.
That's true. Yeah, you can start picking up other people's abilities.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll think about it.
That's very cool. Okay. All right, let's bump over to Sergeant Lucano, our wounded hero.
I survived the mission against all odds,
Yes,
despite
it
getting
came close.
blown up. I helped my squad. Did I help my squad through courage and determination? So.
Yep, definitely get one
Yeah.
there.
Did I bring into play my heritage and or my traumas? I think I did for both of those.
Yeah.
Especially being haunted and going against the thing that has been like on his mind this entire time.
Yeah.
And then the highest level threat, which is force. I get 8 points.
Nice.
Very cool. All right, and that brings us to Max Flores.
Yeah. So I did survive the mission. Helped the squad through keen observation or key shots. Yes, I believe I did
Yes,
that.
definitely.
Brought into play my heritage or traumas.
Well, what exactly is Max's background? I know the heritage is a little kind of more nebulous, given that we're
Yeah,
not.
I mean,
sort of-
he's a fairly typical sort of like I'd say he's a Halish bullet ant that sort of like joined up with and joined the steel crawlers and then sort of got this opportunity, and so he's just like he just wants to show his superiors that he's worthy of this new assignment. So,
Okay, so he's kind of like
he
what's the
is
word? Eager to prove himself. Eager to please.
yeah, I did mark down for like the heritage traits, like he's stoic and he's warm, so he's more, which is the warm is like he gets a +1 to consort, so he's more of a talker with he likes to pal around with his friends and stuff like that, so
Right.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if there was much of that kind of like camaraderie in this one. I
No,
think there
no,
was some
but I
stoic.
think
There's some stoicism.
there was
though.
some stoicism. Yeah, I did sort of resist using prowess, so
Yes. Yeah, I think like staying cool under fire is kind of like a stoic, I would say.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you can go ahead and mark that one.
So that's 1, so that'll be 3 from there, and then so I'll say 7 from that
Yeah,
in total.
4.
plus the 4. So yeah, cool. So I think. Oh, I can fill out the special abilities thing.
Ooh, very cool.
Yeah. I
All
think
right.
I will.
So,
Yeah, I'm gonna take cover fire.
ooh.
Fun.
Oh, I like it. Okay, so yeah, very very handy for this group as well with all the shooting we're doing.
Yeah.
So, that brings this episode to a close. And we'll just say, a final scene, witnessed by our audience, but not by you guys. But not as not your characters, but you're the players. You can see this. We'll see kind of like flying off into the sky above the sandbox, a terrifying hidden threat, a silver balloon turned into an airship, which is a big, colorful, like, happy 25th anniversary on it. As this evil, gleaming, like, airship flying away over the yard. And that's where we'll close this episode. Until we come back next time with our attack on the holy city, the ant farm itself, the place where so many of these bugs came from, and the final termite stronghold in this part of the backyard. All that and the mystery deepening in our next episode of World War Bug.
Oh, how come every time you like at the end, I can visualize just what you're talking about, like the silver balloon, and it's out of focus, so you get some lens flare. You know,
Yeah, there's
Right?
gotta be,
and
because
then
like you're
yeah, then you grasp the 25-year anniversary just at the end. I was like, oh,
yeah.
gotta have the lens flare though, dude.
Oh man, it's the J.J. Abrams
Yep, it's
kind
like-
of
yep.
kind of war. There's lens flares all over the place.
It felt right with the balloon. Thanks guys. Thanks. Austin, thanks for hanging out with us. Especially all of us regulars that you guys do all this amazing stuff. Michael puts this brainchild into work, and then you guys mess it up in such a beautiful way. That yeah, I was like, I love this kind of storytelling. So thanks for everyone for showing up, watching in VOD, watching live. Thanks for our guests always. You are always invited. You've been here multiple times, so show up on a Tuesday. We'll be here. But we're going to be back next Tuesday unless something silly happens, which does, life happens. But other than that, make sure to pull up a chair and make time to tabletop.
Tabletop.
We will see you next week, guys. Bye.